Hi students, this is a quick lesson on how to use grade level writing in your answers. So the first question is, how do I answer questions in our classroom? Well, we want to answer them completely and thoroughly. This is how I can see whether you're understanding the concept or not. If you give a shallow explanation or use very few details, that shows you did not understand the concept very well. You also should use grade level writing skills. So what do I mean by grade level writing skills? Well, grade level writing skills uses multiple sentences and correct grammar. The sentences must clearly express and explain your ideas. It could and usually should take more than one sentence to explain an idea. So for example, if the question asks you to explain two things you learned, you should write more than two sentences. So you should write at least 3 sentences explaining why what you learned is important. And you must use correct grammar, capitalization, punctuation, and capitalize I when you're talking about yourself. I am super picky about that. Capitalize I when you're talking about yourself, whether that's at the beginning, middle, or end of a sentence. So let's take a look at this example. So the question that the student has been asked to answer is, what are 2 things that you did for fun over break? What did you enjoy about those 2 things? Answer both questions using grade level writing skills. So highlighted in yellow is that student's response. Now, of course, we look at this and go, what grade is that kid in? That was written by an 8th grader. That's an actual answer that was turned into me by an 8th grader 2 years ago. This is not acceptable. They did not capitalize I at the beginning of the sentence. They spelled words wrong, and they did not put a period at the end, and they didn't capitalize here either. And I can't really tell that they truly did understand the question. So this would get an F. Let's take a look at this example. Same question about what did you do over break. This student says a bit more for me. They do capitalize at the beginning, but notice it's a run-on sentence. There's no period on this at all. They also all of a sudden go from capitalizing I. This I should also be capitalized, and they didn't capitalize it. And then they put IDK at the end, which is text messaging language. No, not going to go with that. This would get like a D minus. Better than the other one? Still not good enough. What is good enough? Well, let's take a look at this one highlighted in green. Notice that the student uses multiple sentences, gives me examples. They tell me what they did over break, how they felt about it. This is an appropriate grade level writing answer. They did a great job. I have a complete understanding of what they did over their break, and I can see that they know how to write at grade level. Capitals, periods, everything spelled right, good explanations, all of that. So when do I not have to write this much? Well, if I ask you to make a list, then you just make a list, no sentences. And if you're doing a brainstorm, that's automatically a list of some kind, whether it's a circle map or whatever, so you don't have to write sentences then. But if I'm asking you a question and it's not a list or a brainstorm, it must be grade level writing. Quick recap, answer the question completely and thoroughly. This is how I can tell whether you understand the concept or not. And grade level writing means using multiple sentences and correct grammar.